Hey everybody, it is Michelle, and today is day number 26 of my Leader of One preparatory month for my project of learning to lead myself. And I had something that I thought I was going to talk about today when I woke up. I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to talk about, I know I'm going to work on, and all this kind of stuff. um, so today is my grandmother's birthday. She's no longer with us, and she was my rock. And I don't know if it's a cornucopia of things with it being the holiday and stuff or what, but it's a hard day. It is a hard day. It's a hard day to focus. It's a hard day to do much of anything. And I have been spending most of my energy. And the funny thing is yesterday it was fairly easy to spend my energy keeping myself in a happy state. And I don't know, maybe I was, preemptively or precognitively trying to get ready for today. Some birthdays for her, of missing her, it being so close to after the holiday, are better than others. And I thought this one was going to be fine. But I find that I miss her tremendously. Tremendously. And it's different. I'll say that much. It's different. It's it is it's a hole that does not get filled easily, and it is what it is. When I lost her, I did not have as big of a reaction as a lot of people. I was very close to her. She was basically my mom, and my mom was more like my older sibling. And my father died when I was very young, and so she kind of like took the time to do things with me that were hard. And it's really hard being vulnerable, but if we are to be able to be vulnerable, to become these leaders, I believe that we can't lie, especially to ourselves. To me, that is one of the greatest sins that I can commit, is to lie to myself knowingly. Now, of course, we lie to ourselves every day. Unknowingly, we have shadow sides that we can't see and others can see blatantly, but the stuff we can see. And I'm just going to call a spade a spade. It is a hard day. At first, I thought, I was like, am I losing my mind? And I felt this need that I just needed to be around people, be around someone, and all this kind of stuff. And, when I sat through it, that I think that's another reason why meditation is so good, to help you collect your thoughts. And it was funny because I didn't know that that's what I was learning when I was a little kid. My siblings and I would go over to her house. We loved going to my grandmother's house. And there would be times where she would just tell us to go sit and collect our thoughts. And in her living room, she had these huge fish tanks. And this was back when the wood paneling was very popular. So even in the daytime, if you turn the lights out, you can really kind of get a nice little ambiance of the tanks and the bubbling and all of that kind of stuff. And I remember us sitting on the carpeted floor around the couch and all that kind of stuff, because you kind of didn't want to sit on her couch. That was the visiting couch. And I remember there was a bookshelf with a lot of books, encyclopedias, the Bible, all these kind of things. And she would make us, from time to time, sit down, and what she would say is, collect your thoughts. You're too scattered. You're all over the place. And doing that today, it kind of like came up to me. I knew today was her birthday, but it just put me in remembrance of that. And it's not just that I am mourning her or anything. It's not that. It's that I am feeling the fatigue. I talked about F words, and there are other F words, many of them, that you can look at. And some of the F words that, I learned not growing up, but going through my formal training and on the job training for some of the things I did in past lives was that, it's the F words you got to pay attention to, so I can talk about fear, frustration, and those types of things. But, there are some biological ones too, like fight or flight, as well as feed, and the other F word that rhymes with a truck, as I was taught back then, when working with people. Look at those things first and see if that's where it is. And doing this project, coming on to the end of it and looking at all the stuff that I have accomplished, but all the other stuff that I haven't gotten accomplished, is kind of overwhelming, and it is very hard. I struggled to get my steps today, just being honest, but I got them. And it's been hard to concentrate. Now, I could talk to you about things like homeostasis and what that means. And I mean, you know what? I'll take a minute, because it's just me. I don't know if anybody's even watching this. And I'm not pessimistic. Please don't think I'm being a pessimist or anything. I'm just working my way through remembering, don't lie to myself. And I said I was going to do this in a public forum. And so I'm not going to pretend like every day is cheesecake and roses. Today is hard. I'm struggling, and it's like, but I am doing things. I'm doing the stuff I need to, like, I got to make a few calls when I get off of here to follow up on some stuff business wise and things. And so the day goes on. It's just that a lot of it feels like trudgery, having to use so much energy to do stuff. So homeostasis, let me just talk a little bit about that. Homeostasis, is a scientific term that I learned in college as a chemistry major, and it is a state of stasis, a state of being, an equilibrium, where the body on a cellular level seeks to find its optimal for survival, meaning it seeks to find how much water, oxygen, and nutrients it needs for that cell to live. And it will do whatever it can to make sure that it keeps this equilibrium, because to fail equals ceasing to survive or death. So homeostasis, it happens in a lot of different areas in our life. And I find that it really flares up, especially when we're confronted with stressors, when we're confronted with triggers, when we're confronted with things that are outside the normal scope of what keeps us easy to maintain. I'm going to tell you, homeostasis is the best thing and the worst thing that can happen to you. It's the best thing because in a normal, healthy situation, it is what keeps you alive. It's the worst thing when in your normal situation, you have had a defense mechanism in place that no longer serves you. So what does that mean? And I'm not trying to get all woo-woo here, but I have found that even in the days when I feel like I'm just rambling, talking to no one, inevitably I'll get a message from someone and say, that was for me. You were talking to me. And so I'm not going to poo-poo my desire to not talk about this. I'm just going to go with it by faith that maybe I'll help somebody along too. So what ends up happening if homeostasis is working against you? What it really means is what is known, what you tend to do, what is your habit becomes the safe space. It becomes the equilibrium set point, whether it be your weight, the amount of calories you take in, whether it be your habits, good or bad, smoking, addictions, all of that, whether it be how you wake up in the morning, how your brain is wired, or any of these things. It is what fights. I mean, when I say do or die, homeostasis, it is aggressive in its fight to keep you in what it thinks is balance for your continued survival. when people try to break a nasty habit, whether it be smoking, dipping snuff, sexual addictions, I mean, just different drug addictions, it is not just the cravings that they're working against. They're working against a biological predeterminant that says this has become your norm, and so we're going to fight to keep it that way. I've talked to people who said, smoking made me sick for a while, and because it was a social thing, I just kept doing it, determined that it was going to be, something I did socially with others. And then they don't know when it happened, but it flipped, and that became the norm. And thus, now that they're trying, or when they were trying to stop, then they became adversarial to the homeostasis, trying to say, you need this nicotine, you need to smoke, you need this habit. And so today, and my grandmother has been, she's been gone for quite a while, but it was just amazing that I got triggered. I know the trigger, but that's neither here nor there. But I got triggered, and I went right back to this point where I had to try to regain that all is not lost. You are not alone. You're going to be able to make it. It's okay. And I just want to actually give a shout out too. And I don't know why I decided to wear this sweater. It is itching me, y'all. It's cute, but it is itching me. But anyway, I digress. So I want to thank the friends that I reached out to that, said a little prayer or an uplifting word today as I was trying to make it through my day. Thank you so much. You know who you are. I appreciate you. But going back to where I am, because we're in the home stretch of this. And I'm not saying that this is resistance. I'm not saying any of those things. What I'm saying is it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to know that the homeostasis is trying to keep you from setting a new set of habits, because that's its job. It's not evil. It's not an enemy or a villain. It is just what it is. And for whatever reason, we need to know that that's what it is. And if we keep going, there is a point where it will flip. And this new thing that we're endeavoring to do will become the new homeostasis in our life. And so for myself, I am going to keep through, because struggle hurts like hell. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. But it also brings forth stuff that I can't get anywhere else. I can't barter. I can't buy or shortcut my way to those benefits and those characteristics and those traits that I definitely need to do what I'm going to do. And so I know this is probably not the norm. This is not my, we can do it. Because today is hard. And I know I got triggered and the sad thing is it's not a trigger of somebody did me something, as we say in Louisiana, but that I was in remembrance of a person I loved so hard that I didn't realize that it would trigger certain things. And so I'm just, being very, very transparent, because I promised I would in this process. So, I did make some notes. I actually did make some notes of what I was going to talk about today, and I had every intention. And when I woke up this morning, my intention and endeavor was simply to trust myself and follow my intuition. In hindsight, I think I am doing that, because I'm doing this video being just perfectly honest with you guys that every day is not going to be rainbows and unicorns full of ice cream. It's going to be hard. You're going to fight homeostasis that comes up. The things that you didn't think or hadn't endured in a while will come back up. And just be okay with that, knowing that you can keep pushing. You're not resigned to, I tried, but it didn't work. No. Fail and fail some more. And that's where I am. I'm failing and failing some more. It is the funniest thing today. I was looking at things. And I was like, oh, I see these patterns of failure that I'm not proud of and I want to change. And I started getting down about that. And I had to realize, I was like, look, nobody is going to give you permission to succeed but you. Nobody is going to care if you throw in the towel but you. Nobody is going to help you get up and dust yourself off in certain areas that are in here, and not out there but you. And so even though I am feeling like I am walking through hell on a cobweb, I still know that I just got to keep going. We have to keep going. Yes, homeostasis is there to remind me, well, you've never done this before. This is unknown. This is not survival. This is not the perfect situation. We don't know anything about this, so we're going to fight you. And what I say to homeostasis, trying to keep me in this this previous mind, and I don't like the word mindset, I use mind flow. In this previous mind flow, I'm like, I actually sent a little prayer out to Michelle that lives in the realm of success. And I told her, come get me. That's what I said. Come get me. I was like, Michelle, come get me, because I need help. Help me hopscotch over wherever, whatever I need to do and wherever I need to be, so that I can become and be and do and have the things that I want. Y'all, this is for real. This is our lives. As I said yesterday, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing. We have to live life. We have to fight for our happiness. And as I'm saying it, I think it's really funny that I was talking about fighting for happiness yesterday, and then today I hit this huge wall. I say this because this is something my grandmother always said. She used to say, in the middle of life is a big old if. Now, she was a little risque with it, so I guess I'll just go on and say it. You can handle it. Don't let your children hear this. It's not safe for work. But she used to say, life is a big old if, and it will pimp you and have you walk in the streets if you let it. She said, but if you take life, she said something else, and make it know that you're the leader, or you're the boss. I'm paraphrasing, on some of the other things that she said, because, her mouth. Then you're going to succeed. And I think maybe life was like, or resistance was like, oh, so you want to get on and talk about fighting for your happiness? Let's see how you fight with this. Boom. Imaginary Dragon Ball flies my way today. But it's okay, because guess what? I'm not giving up. I'm not giving in. And I'm not going to start second guessing myself, because now that I look at what I have written for this morning and what I have proposed to do today, I am going to trust myself and follow my intuition. And guess what? I'm going to succeed. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but I will, because I'm going to keep going. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to keep going. I want you to keep going. I want us to keep going. I want us to choose to look. Remember those F words? Well, there are also some other F words of faith. They're, finishing. I want us to have faith to look past all of the crap that we're dealing with, all of the desires to flee, all of the desires to fight shadows, all of the desires and frustrations to just get overwhelmed. And I want us to have faith to finish and move to the next one. Because guess what? I wish I could say the next one's going to be easier. No, this is just preparatory to help you and I get where we want to be. And thus, these be the giants in the land of the unknown. So I've talked enough today. I got to go in here and call these people about my internet. And I will talk with y'all tomorrow, God willing. All right. So be blessed. If you want to join the group and commiserate with me, no, I'm just playing. If you want to join the group and everything and join what we're doing, great. If you want to sponsor, great. And thank you all for being here with me. And thank you for those of you who are going through this, and for those of you who will find this and go through it too. Thank you so much. I'll talk to y'all, guess when? Tomorrow. Bye.